I think a lot of times it's a learning experience year over year. We always say that our biggest competition is ourself.
Mm-hmm.
We always try to do better than we did the last year.
Yeah.
So business plan is very important. We try to, every day be intentional about what we do in real estate. So it's not an accident that we're selling real estate and that we represent, the company. So I think it's important to have a clear business plan and make sure that you're following those guidelines.
Yeah.
What's the old saying?
Hi everybody, welcome back to another Workout Wednesday video. I apologize for missing this past week, but we are back for this week. Now, if you watched our video back in July, I think it was, with Kyle Williams, I did say I was going to have this person on, which brings us to our guest, Tony Tindol, out of our Avondale office. Tony, welcome.
Thank you, Noah. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It was super awesome to get you to come on, but we start these out all the same. We'll start with just kind of introduce us with yourself. We can do it kind of like three-parted. We can do what were you doing before real estate, and then how did you get into real estate,
okay,
and how has your journey in real estate kind of looked like?
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I started in real estate. Oh, what I did beforehand.
Yeah.
So, I've done a lot of things. So, it's in the medical field right out of high school and college.
Awesome.
And then I went to sales when my boys were young, so I'd have more time to spend with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I just kind of progressed, did event planning and direction and so forth. I was a product of COVID. I lost my job in 2020 because an event planning died whenever COVID started.
Yeah.
So I'd always had an interest in real estate, and so I did the test, took the state course online, and passed it, and started it quickly. That was in March of 2020, so I'm coming on my 5th year, so I'm pretty excited about it, and was very fortunate from the beginning. Just kind of hit the ground running and been pretty successful, knock on wood, since that day. So
awesome. And so what did you do in the medical field?
So I was a paramedic right out of high school. So I was first responder, EMT, then paramedic, phase 1.
Very cool.
And then I actually worked in an outpatient dialysis clinic for some time, and worked in like on the transplant team. So
I asked because my fiance is a medical assistant.
Okay.
So shout out Madison if you ever watch these. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we can go into, you are active in some local nonprofits. We have talked about that before in our chats before. You can shout them out here if you want to.
Yeah.
But my question is, how did you get involved with those organizations, and how has it helped you become more involved just in your local community?
Yeah, so we got involved with Stonewall Sports Jacksonville. It's a nonprofit LGBT and ally sports team that started in 2021. And it was just kind of a league that started with kickball initially. The first season was over 400 players played on 20 teams, and it just has grown from then. And the goal was to have a good time on Sundays and then also give back to the community. So from that, we choose a benefactor every year, a local charity, and we give back to them. And so far, we've done over $100,000 in donations back to these organizations.
Wow.
Also, from that, the Tindol-Williams Group, we sponsor the league as well. So every season, we sponsor as an annual sponsor, and we've been able, through that, to help 12 families actually get housing. So either buy or sell real estate. So it's been pretty lucrative for us as well. But it's kind of cool to be in the community and just have that face, and they know who we are and what we do. So
absolutely,
it's nice to have our name on the back of 400 T-shirts. That doesn't help. That doesn't hurt either. So
that is true. Say, you are a graduate of the Ninja Selling program. That was your first time ever taking it?
It was.
So
highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's been. That was my first time ever doing it, or not. Wasn't in the class, but I got to observe while I was taking video, and it's so freaking on. Don does an amazing job.
He does.
One of the components of that program is business planning, and we are talking a lot about business planning in October and through the rest of this year. And what Ninja does is have you reflect on your past year of business. So the question is kind of, how do you reflect on your past successes and challenges to kind of help shape your goals and objectives for the upcoming year?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times it's a learning experience year over year. We always say that our biggest competition is ourself. We always try to do better than we did the last year.
Yeah.
So business plan is very important. We try to every day be intentional about what we do in real estate. So it's not an accident that we're selling real estate and that we represent the company. So I think it's important to have a clear business plan and make sure that you're following those guidelines.
Yeah.
What's the old saying? A plan without a dream. The dream without a plan is just a wish, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I think another good part of that is finding your why for why you do your business. If you want to talk about kind of like your personal why and your professional why of how you just carry yourself in your everyday business.
Yeah. Being intentional. I think that it's important to do that. We have never purchased a lead. We've been very fortunate with that. A lot of agents, buy Zillow leads, realtor.com leads. And we found that, just with our circle of influence, a lot of social media presence, we don't have to do that. So we just intentionally do a lot of stuff. Personally, I would rather not be in front of the camera as much. However, it's part of my job that we need to do that to stay, top of mind for people. And that's kind of what we do. And that's kind of our plan. So
yeah, I have seen you go in the front of the camera a little bit more. You do well. You do well. I think, you've done pretty awesome with that. I like seeing all your videos. Every time it pops up, it's funny.
Wait till the new one drops tomorrow, so it's kind of spooky.
Nice. Okay. How are you prioritizing your business goals for the year? Kind of like day by day, just how are you kind of keeping those in the back of your head, and what steps are you taking?
So you mentioned Ninja, and through Ninja, we part of the stuff that we actually got from them, the curriculum was a tracker, a business tracker, which is an amazing tool, and we use that. So we meet, we have a monthly meeting with our broker Josh, and it's amazing because we can kind of talk about headaches and problems and whatnot. And the tracker shows you your warm list, your hot list, and then your people that are under contract and things that are pending and closing, all that. And it has a figure with it, so it shows this is what you're going to make, this closing date and things like that. So that's a great tool. So I definitely would recommend anyone who, number one, take Ninja, and number two, use that tracker because it's really cool.
Just keeps it very visual, keeping that right in front.
It does.
And
I like that kind of visual. I'm the old school guy with a day planner still, and I like to write things down. So
I'm the same way. I gotta every day I have my little notebook and I have to write down my to-do list.
Yeah.
Because one, it's satisfying to cross that stuff off, but it also just keeps it on track because sometimes I hear something, but it just goes straight back out.
Yeah,
so if I don't write it down, I'll forget about it.
Write it down.
So you're very passionate about your personal life, whether it's traveling, going up to Blue Ridge Mountains, or spending time with your family. I see a lot of you posting about your grandfather. That's something you're very proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're participating in community events that we talked about with the local nonprofits. How are you balancing these personal interests with your professional life? Because we know that real estate can be very demanding.
Yeah. Well, luckily, as real estate agents, we are realtors. We are independent contractors, so you manage your own book of business. So, and we have a great being a team function, being a team. We always typically can cover for each other and so forth.
Yeah.
So my family is the number one priority. So I do spend a lot of time there. I've got a 4-year-old granddaughter and a little grandson on the way. He's due in December. So excited about that. So my priority is my family. I have 2 wonderful children and their families as well. So we try to spend as much time as possible with them. When we travel, I can work remotely, and then we do have boots on the ground if we need help. So other agents in the office that will help us out, open up doors for someone, or meet an inspector, or things like that. So a really good support team here at Berkshire.
Yeah, I think that's something that is just so awesome about our company that I've seen over the past year and a half I've been here, just how much people help out each other. And I think it's just so refreshing to see it sometimes whenever you realize how much you guys pick up for one another whenever you need it. It's something that's just so unique about our company.
It is, and we try to help out as much as possible. We are typically our heavy listers, so we've got 7 current listings right now active. So and we can't cover all those open houses and things like that. So we put it out there for the organization to grab these listings, and it's nice to see all of a sudden, I want this one, I want this one, I want this one, I want this one. So this coming Saturday, this coming weekend, we have 5 open houses that are covered by someone that's not ourselves. So.
That's just purely amazing.
Yeah.
Our final question, we do these every time. What is your advice that you would like to give to new agents, aspiring real estate agents, or even just maybe an experienced agent?
Database. I would definitely suggest, for a new agent, even somebody that's, experienced but really isn't performing, I would definitely say, start a database with everyone you know. Everyone you come in contact with, you write this person in if you want to do an Excel spreadsheet, if you use a CRM, you want the people you come in contact with, your hairdresser, your barber, your a mom from the school, things like that, anybody you come in contact with, and you need to be that person that they think of when they talk about real estate. So, I always joke about every time I hear about real estate, I'm like Scooby-Doo, like, and it's funny because I do. Someone start talking about real estate, I'm like, did you say real estate? So, Yeah, just being that intentional person that's
Yeah.
always that top of mind for someone who's looking to do something.
I think too that's another ninja thing.
Yeah.
It's just keep checking in with your clients. Truly, I mean, I think something I heard with our commercial mastermind yesterday with Joe Hatton. He was just talking like not every single call has to be about business. You can simply just pick up the phone and just be like, hey, I'm just checking in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that's just staying top of mind. It's just so important.
About Ninja, that was a cool thing because I think I've always done that because I've always written personal notes. I'm a card sender. I always send at least 2 or 3 out a week. I do a lot more now since Ninja. But just an example of recently, I sold a customer a house in 2020 as a Navy pilot, walked in, it was a floor call. This never happens. He walked in and says, with his pre-approval letter, hey, I need to buy a house. Can you help me? I'm like, wow. I can do that.
Yeah.
And we were under contract within 3 or 4 days. Since then, they've had a baby and they've added a dog, and now they're relocating to Texas. So he, they called and said, hey, can you help us sell the house that you helped us buy? So I was able to do that, and their thing was, you've kept in contact with us. When they had Emmett, I dropped off, some chocolate to them and things like that. And that's not. I wasn't doing it to, nurture a real estate agent with a client. I was nurturing a friendship, if you would. So I'm a people person, and I like to do things for people. And so.
As they say, this stuff works.
It does. Yeah, it does. Good stuff.
Well, thank you very much for just coming on, and we appreciate you. Everything you guys do. It's always awesome to see you guys succeed. We love seeing all of our agents succeed, so it makes us happy to see everybody be so successful.
Thanks, Noah.
Awesome. Well, that is going to complete our Workout Wednesday for this week. Be sure to tune in next week. You can subscribe to our channel so you can get some notifications when that video does come out. But until next time, take care.